good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How you doing? We back again now. You already know what time it is. It's the Anthro conversation. That man said that so many times I can't stand that word. But let's go let's go ahead and get it started, man.
He is. I'll say this again. He is on child support. I don't want to get into legalities of it right now, but he is pays me like the beginning of the month.
And of course, here we always gotta say allegedly. Now, on my personal opinion on what I think about it, I don't think somebody would just randomly act like his baby mother. I just don't see somebody doing that. Like, if it was somebody else, I could see that. Like, if it was somebody who was a celebrity that people were like Chris Brown or something, then I could believe, like, I don't know about that. I don't know. But LTG, somebody faking that on him, why? Like, what will be the benefit of that? So that's why I'm gonna say I believe this, but I'm still gonna leave it at allegedly because it's mandatory. You always got to do that when it come down to situations that are a little bit deeper than jokes. Actually, a lot bit deeper. A lot bit deeper.
Bruh.
Mental combustion.
Stop watching my content, you fucking. See if you gonna clip me out of context, you bum ass nigga. Look.
Damn. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Whoa, calm down, Jamal. Don't pull out the 9.
And it's somebody I blocked. It's this stalking bum ass nigga. I've seen this nigga's profile before. Literally, this is just an obsessed bum stalker.
No, you're a content farm and they're posting content because that's what you are. You are a content farm.
Just calm, nigga.
Stop saying that. No, that is not a thing.
Like a picture is a Saturn stick.
Like, for real, man. Don't let that catch on. Don't start saying that. I'm just saying this as a person speaking to the viewers. Don't start saying that, man. That's not a thing and it never will be a thing.
Ain't nobody coming for you, bitch. That's why your face is hidden on the internet, you fucking idiot. You born for nothing, faceless, scared of society.
Straight up mental combustion. That's crazy, man. For you to be such a big deal, you surely crashing out on faceless profiles. Like, you were truly going hard on people you can't see. I could have sworn this man said he was mentally untouchable. Guess he is.
Niggas stay one and clip my shit and all this type of shit. Keep throwing some fake ass bastard anthropoid on me. The fuck out of here with that lame ass shit.
Bro, what are you, 7? This man over talking about anthropoid. You mean kid? Put the child on you? The allegations of having a kid. It's simple. Just say it the way that it is. The way that you're saying it is weird. And it's very childish. Ironically, talking about a child and you speaking childish. I'm gonna put it like this. I don't want to be that guy to say that without family life, that the kid's better off. But honestly, the way that you behave yourself, and just as far as online, I don't know about offline, that's a whole completely different story. That kid is better off without you. Cause man, come on. It's like, man.
Niggas just keep typing that shit places. Like, blow a dick. Worry about the fuck you got going on. Internet niggas get on my nerves. That's what I'm saying. Niggas got 6 full-blown anthros.
Children.
I don't see nobody saying nothing about XYZ. Me, everybody want to keep bringing up some fake fucking anthropoid.
Look, man, it is what it is. If it's your kid, man, it's your kid. But you constantly going back and forth, fighting allegations. If it ain't true, it ain't true, right? So why you over here super fighting it, street fighting it, trying to dodge here and block these allegations? Maneuver accountability.
Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Ask yourself this question. Let's just say this. If a was sure about an anthropoid, why would you badmouth the nigga that's allegedly this?
No, they ain't got nothing to do with badmouthing. You came out talking crazy first. You the one who was talking all ridiculous to the point to where she said something. She didn't just come out the woodwork talking, and she wasn't even talking bad. It was just kind of like, yeah, that was the decision that was made, and well, it is what it is. But for you the one who coming out here talking crazy. Don't make us start pulling up them clips. Cause that's exactly when that downfall started to happen. Was it last year or the year before last? Y'all know when. Whenever right after that Deji one, when he had that match, and then they came out with that information, Ever since then, he ain't been the same. The boy been falling off. But the only reason why they came out like it did is because you was talking mad crazy about your kids if you had a kid, but it was real crazy about a daughter if you had a daughter. And we, again, all alleged.
That. Why would you badmouth the nigga? If that's really what it was, what's the point of the badmouthing? Ain't that just gonna backfire on the anthropoid?
The child.
That don't even make no sense. Just think about that for a second. How the f does that add up? So what's gonna happen is the worthless anthropoid you keep trying to toss on that nigga.
Honestly, bro, anybody familiar with you are not trying to trap you or make you their baby daddy. Trust me when I tell you there's not a line. they're not stream sniping to be a baby mama, bro. That's not how that works. I have not seen any woman who would see your online presence and be like, wow, yeah, I definitely want him to be the father of my kids. Yeah, no, I don't. I could be wrong, correct me, and all 8 ladies who are here, go ahead and correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, I don't see that. I don't see that.
What? I mean, clearly the motherfucker has a brain, so it could just go on Twitter and see the bullshit, go here, see the bullshit, then start asking your dumb ass the questions.
So let me get this straight. So you honestly believe somebody who just does not have a dad there or doesn't have a mom there, they're just going to ignore the fact that one of their parents is missing, like they not going to notice they gone? Yes, that kid is going to do research. They're going to look for the parent. The whoever the parent is that's there is going to tell them who the other parent is. So there's not going to be a situation to where they just, oh, okay, I don't have a dad. Oh, I don't have a mom. Oh, okay, cool. All right. And they're never going to look for you. Like, what world are you living in? She was going to look you up anyway. Because she's like, well, I mean, yeah, that's your dad's name. And then she may not be specific as to say what your alias was, but you would be found. You would be found. And when you get found, all of the crazy things that you were saying online, which triggered this response, is why it wound up the way that it did. Because I'd never heard of this. Why is it 10 years later we finally hear this information when you just been getting on there talking mad, crazy, and disrespectful? Why did that come up then? Why didn't it come up over 10 years ago? The reason being is because you was talking crazy. That's why. And it wasn't like regular crazy. It was excessive crazy. You know what I'm saying? You got your levels of crazy. You was over here talking about drawing down on your kids and stuff like that and all that. Like, everybody knows what you said. Everybody knows what you said. And anybody who was following him and co-signing his behavior, you should be ashamed of yourself. Because the easiest way to avoid a situation like this is what? Not put yourself in a situation in the first place. You can't put yourself in a situation and then blame everything else around you. You just got to charge it to the game and say, okay, I'm not going to do it again. But you still moving the same way. Like, you still doing the same thing. And whenever you go around talking about backshot baby this, backshot baby that, a lot of people who play that game, you play it and you lose. And then you wind up with 3, 4, 5 something baby mamas. That's how that usually works. That's how that happens. You keep playing out here, and then once you cross 2 kids, then they just stop caring. They just start doing the future thing, having a bunch of kids everywhere. That's usually what happens. When they wind up with two women who they are not with those kids, they just keep having them. Like, oh well, whatever. I mean, I'm already on child support. What else they gonna do? And then you get this cycle going all over again where this kid has no guidance, has no structure, is missing a parent, and then the parent that they do have don't care about nothing. What kind of influence is that? People forget society was built on structure. It wasn't built on recklessness. I'm not saying people in society weren't reckless, but generally what built what is today came from structure. It came from family. It came from people who had something to live for or was living for someone else, which led to their sacrifices. If you have a bunch of people who do not care to sacrifice anything, society will fall because people won't be living for anything. They'll be living for themselves. So it'll just become a sanctuary for deviancy.
Like, get the fuck out of here with that lame ass shit. I'm not the nigga that's, I might be getting the blowback now for the fake bullshit, but in the future, the bitch will get whoever the fuck that bitch is will get the blowback from the anthropoid.
But why you cussing her out though? Let's just say all of this is true, right? This is alleged, but let's say it's all true. You think she gonna look bad, but you the one online cussing out, calling her out of her name? You don't understand that? You think she's gonna be the one that looks bad? She gonna look bad as far as choosing you, but as far as being the adult in the situation, she's not gonna be the one that looks bad. Trust me when I tell you, it's gonna be you. It's always been you. It's always been you. And until you realize that, until you realize that, you will forever be sitting there going nowhere fast.
That's how that shit's gonna go. If that put it like this, if that's really what it was, let's just say metaphorically speaking, what does it solve? Do you want, like, what are you really doing for your anthropoid?
Child.
If you're just sitting around bad mouthing a nigga alleged, like, how does that help the anthro? It don't. Cause it ain't, and it ain't mine.
Why are you addressing it? That's okay. So if it ain't, let's just say for example, let's say it's not. Why are you going off about it? If it ain't true, why are you getting so mentally touched and having mental combustions over here over something that ain't true? If it ain't true, just ignore it. But you so bothered. So it's like, why are you so bothered? Why are you getting so frustrated? I'm just saying.
I'm gonna sit around and talk about the nigga who's alleged and make it worse and fuck shit up even more. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Also, I'm gonna have niggas stalking the anthropoid for the rest of the anthropoid's life.
In all fairness, if you are, following a little girl or trying to ask her questions and things like that, that is weird. Now, as far as the parent, that's something else. But as far as, posting pictures or being too much into her life or what she's got going on, you do want to leave that alone. For one, she's a minor. For two, it's inappropriate. And then three, if there's anything that you need to discuss as far as him, you want to talk to, I believe it's Rose. We want to talk to the mom about that, but don't anything dealing as far as the kid, leave that alone where that's at. Because I don't condone it over here either. However, if it's information and somebody's in proximity to you and they get that info, that's what you asked for when you got on social media and said, I want to be a personality, but I also want to be abrasive. If you were not an abrasive character, none of this would even happen the way that it did. It would have got blown over. It wouldn't have got no mind paid to it at all.
Like, how does any of that make sense? Knowing it's a bunch of pedos and weirdos out here, I'm gonna just go ahead and expose my anthro to a bunch of weirdos. Knowing it's a bunch of weird and shit. Come on, man, make it make sense. Niggas don't be thinking about before they do it.
Now, you of all people to be saying that, not thinking about what you do before you do it. You the last person to advise or tell somebody that they need to be thinking about something before they do it.
Yeah, I heard about that. Niggas posting pics of the anthro, like that's failure, bro.
No, that's not what that word means. Now, is it inappropriate? Yes, but that is not what that means. Now, if they're over here leaving inappropriate comments to that, now we're stepping into a different category of categorization. But if they're posting it there, it's inappropriate, but it's not that. It's not PDF. And they shouldn't be doing it. Let me be clear, because I'm not trying to say it like I'm justifying it. It's inappropriate, all right? And and it should be frowned upon, because you shouldn't be doing that.
But yet these niggas posting random kids on the internet. Why is a kid in your fucking phone? Why when I tweet something, you niggas keep posting a random kid under my tweets? That's weird. You niggas are fucking pedos. If there's a random bitch out there that wants to associate with a bunch of pedos and weirdos and shit like that,
like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Now, if it's an actual picture of the kid, that is inappropriate and they shouldn't be doing that. But I ain't heard none of them say anything inappropriate relating to that kid. What I have heard them say is take care of your daughter. I've heard a lot specifically saying take care of your daughter, Dale, daddy duties, child support. And I seen them say take care of your daughter or take care of your kid. And all this is alleged, but that's what I've seen. So you could try to write it off, play this victim card all you want to, and try to make it seem like, oh man, I'm just a victim in this situation. No, they're telling you, take care of your kid if it's your kid. That's what they said, and that's what they've been saying, and that's what they always say, and that's what they say on Mortal Kombat, and that's what they say on live. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the main things that they say. So you could try to play it off as whatever you want, but they ain't saying nothing inappropriate about that kid whatsoever. Now, unless I missed something, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's something I didn't see, but as far as from what I've seen, I ain't seen nothing inappropriate. You know, as far as the things that they say, to where you can put a PDF label on somebody.
It's delusion. It just doesn't make no fucking sense. Like, that goes to show you that his priorities are in the wrong place. The priorities really don't be the anthropoid. It really be the hate on the nigga that did something with himself.
That statement's crazy. But what if I don't even want to ask them, but what have you done with yourself? I was like, never mind. That statement sounds crazy. What have you accomplished? Something that's worth, being applauded, or something great that you've done. What have you done? Because the last thing I recall is you complaining and whining about the streamer awards a few years ago that you didn't get a nomination or you didn't get to attend. That's the last thing that I've seen as considered as a quote unquote accolade, or Adam 22 considered an accolade. Bro, them ain't accolades, man. Those aren't accomplishments.
It don't be about nothing else. It's not about the anthropoid. If it was, aren't people supposed to keep their anthropoid safe?
Child, you know how else to keep a child safe? Is actually take care of them. So to sit here and act like you give a damn or you care or it matters to you, the important thing would be is to not deal with women that you don't really like and wind up having children with them. That's the best way to move. The best way to move is to not complain about doing the wrong thing and then going back saying, oh, that's just a back shot, baby. You know what you could do? The easy way to fix that is stop dealing with women that you don't like or you don't want to be with. That's the best thing for the child. So if you really want to go and play this morality thing, why don't you be the productive adult, or you be the responsible adult and not make irresponsible decisions? And then the child wouldn't be a factor in the first place. Now, would it? Because once you make the decisions you make, you can no longer dictate if that woman decides to have the child or not. And if you really cared that much, if it meant that much to you, you would be more responsible from the get-go. But if it kicked it with your boy this long, I appreciate you hanging with me. Links in the description below like always. And in the meanwhile, I'm out. Have a good one.